Hey everybody, it's Jeff Reed. I'm in the park behind our neighborhood in Anchorage, Alaska. And I'd like to talk to you about a subject that's very serious. And that is suicide. I'm a survivor of several suicide attempts. That were, I tried to take my life several times when I was deep in a bipolar depression. And, I'm really happy to still be alive and to still be healthy, but there are a lot of people, who struggled with depression who are not as fortunate as I have been, and they've lost their lives to this illness or to other related illnesses such as major depression. Let's see, back in, I lost a friend of mine named Donnie to suicide in 1985. I was 19 at the time, and he wasn't a whole lot older than I was. But I was good friends with him and his girlfriend, and so of course I was devastated when he took his own life. And since I was 19, I really didn't understand why. I was beginning to experience depression myself, but I really didn't understand depression. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know how it felt. I just knew that my friend was gone and there was nothing I could do about it. But hold on a second. I'm going to have to, you can see the kids up here that I'm going to have to pass. Be just a second. Well, they're riding on. But I've had several suicide attempts, and to get to that place is it's really, really hard. You feel like when you're that deeply depressed, you feel like there's no hope, that there's nothing, there's no way that you can ever feel good again, or that life could ever feel like it's worth living again. And, one of the symptoms of that kind of depression is that you feel really bad about yourself. You have a lot of feelings of worthlessness, and you think that your loved ones and the world would be better off if you weren't around. And of course, that's never true. But that's the way it feels. That's the way that kind of depression feels. And back in 1998, shortly after I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, I tried to commit suicide twice by overdosing on my medication, which at the time was Depakote, which is very toxic to the liver. And both times I almost died. And then in 2001, I tried to commit suicide again by running the car in the garage. And then, hold on a second. And then there's been a couple of more recent attempts in 2011 and 2013. I again attempted suicide by running the car in the closed garage, and both times, even though I was in a tremendous amount of emotional pain, and I felt just, really, really awful beyond words. I wanted the pain to stop. I wanted to die so that the horrendous pain would stop. And, well, we've got some more kids coming. And anyway, I realized both times while I was sitting in the car waiting to die in that garage that I really didn't want to die. I just wanted the horrendous emotional pain to stop. So I opened the garage and drove myself to the hospital and got the help that I needed. But there was my friend Donnie, who I still miss, and he died in 1985, and every time I think about him, here it is 31 years later, and I still miss the guy when I think about him. And I wonder if he had lived, what he might have become in all these years. And, would he have married his girlfriend, Lisa? Would they have had a family? What would he have done for a living? At the time, he was a machinist. But what would he have moved on to, or would he have stuck with that? There's a whole list of unknowns in a life that was cut short by a tragedy. Suicide is tragic. It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. That's been said many times, but it's true. And, one of the other people I'd like to talk about is a man named Brad Delp. He was the lead singer of the rock band Boston, and obviously we never met personally, but when I heard about his death, he committed suicide, I believe, in 2007. And when I heard about his death, of course, I was really sad because I loved her music. And he was an excellent singer and, by all accounts, a really nice guy. But he suffered from depression, and he got so depressed that he thought the only way out of it was to commit suicide. The only answer to the misery that he was locked in his mind, was to kill himself. So, and it's so sad because deep depression, your own mind tells you all kinds of lies about how worthless you are, about how the world would be a better place without you, about how, just there's all sorts of, I kind of lost my train of thought, but all sorts of lies about yourself and the world. And, when you're that depressed, you have a very, very distorted view of reality, and your own mind is not telling you the truth. And, but anyway, he was the lead singer of the rock band Boston, and, when I listen to their music now, I think about him, and I so wish that he could have gotten the help that he needed. Because, like I say, by all accounts that I've heard, he was a very nice guy. And of course, he was a very talented musician. And I wish that he could have gotten the help that he needed. But, if you're at that place where you feel like suicide is the only answer, I want to urge you to reach out to get some help, because it's available. And when I post this video, I'm going to post the number to the National Suicide Hotline, which is available 24/7 in America. And, you know, if you're at that place where you want to end your own life because you're in so much pain that you think that the only solution is to end it all, it may feel like the hardest thing you've ever done. But pick up that phone and reach out and get some help. Because I'm here to tell you, I've survived several suicide attempts. I know what it's like to be that depressed. I know what it's like to be in that much pain. But I'm here to tell you, you can recover. Life can be good again, and life can feel like it's worth living again. You know, if I had taken my own life back in 1998, I would never have had the life that I've enjoyed in Alaska since 2004. I would have never had that life. And I would have deprived myself and my family and everybody who knows and loves me of my presence on this earth. I would have never had the life that I've enjoyed in Alaska. I would have never experienced many good times that I've had since 1998, or since 2001, or even since 2011 or 2013. Many good times that I've had that I never would have experienced. People I've met that I never would have known. You know, if I committed suicide back in 1998, I would have never met my doctor, Ginger, and I love that woman. She's awesome. I would have never met Dr. Grove, my naturopath. You know, and I love that man. And he's awesome too. He's helped me tremendously. And he thinks a lot of me. But I would have never known any of them if I had taken my own life. You know, like I say, life can be good. It can feel like it's worth living. But if you're in that place where you feel like it's time to end it all so that the horrendous pain will stop, please get some help. And I'm at the end of the trail, so since this section up here is usually muddy, I think I'm going to turn around and reverse course. But I guess that's it. I think I said pretty much all I had to say. But, you know, I just want to reiterate again that I'm a survivor of suicide attempts. I've come very close to death on multiple occasions. I know what it's like to be in so much pain that you want to end your life. But please, if that's where you are right now and you're watching this video, reach out and get some help. It's readily available, and you can recover. You can feel good again. This is Jeff Reed, and my website, if you're watching this video elsewhere, my website is at www.wildernesstalks.com. That's wildernesstalks.com. I hope this has helped, and y'all take care.